What's going on, guys? Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to replace your AC condenser in your 2024 2025 Hyundai Santa Fe. Alright guys, here we have my wife's 2025 Hyundai Santa Fe, and normally if you're having AC problems it would be covered under warranty, but unfortunately for us we got into an accident and the other day, and something punctured the front or the inside of our AC condenser and it leaked out all of our freon. So obviously the dealer is not going to cover that, and the dealer was going to charge me over $1,000 just to repair the AC condenser. So I went ahead and ordered the part online for $320. We'll go ahead and put it on today and show you guys how to install it. Then we'll go take it somewhere and get it recharged and fix our AC problems for a lot cheaper. All right, let me catch you guys up to speed on what I've done so far. So far, I've just removed the 5 clips that are along here and the one 10mm bolt that holds the bumper in place right to this hole here. And then you can go ahead and pull this panel towards you, and be careful because it does have a blue clip there that's kind of tight. You don't have to remove it all the way, just enough, just that one clip, just enough to get the bumper out of the way. So you loosen it here from the bracket, pull it away towards you. And I've done the same on the other side. And on the bottom there's let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 10mm holding the bumper on the bottom, and then each side has a clip on the bottom right here on each side. And that is it for the bottom. And now I think we can go ahead and pull on the bumper forward and kind of just pull towards me. See if there's anything. Nope, holding it, it comes off. We are also gonna have to have the connector on this side. And then this should swing over, releasing. So you gotta press that tab down, pull this lever over. All right, with the bumper off, we can finally see our condenser here. Looks like we need to remove our crash bar, and these lower shutters need to come off as well. And we may have to remove this, I'm not sure yet, but let's go ahead and remove the front crossbar first. It's gonna have 4 bolts on each side. They're gonna be size 12. It's gonna be 2 on top and 2 on the bottom. I believe we also gotta take this 10mm bolt here that it has on the front side here. This side has a 10mm bolt on the bottom versus the top like the other side. Should better remove our. We do have a harness connected to it, so we need to unclip this harness. When you're taking off the crash bar, there is a connector on the back side that you got to unplug off of this, and then a connector for the adaptive cruise control, I believe, on the bottom there before you pull this off. Be careful with those. Now we need to remove this lower shutter, and I believe we need to go ahead and let's go ahead and undo these clips here. The harnesses, it's got 3 of them, and then undo this harness as well. This is the ambient temp sensor. Remove this off. Unbolt the shutter motor. 10mm right here. 1 on the bottom. 1 on this bottom harness. We can go ahead and take off our last 10. Remove our shutter. Unbolt this 10 right here. Pull off this cover. Once we remove this cover from the side, we got access to the side lines here, and it looks like these are 2 10mm nuts, and then these lines can be disconnected, and then the whole condenser should slide up. It looks like we have plenty of room, just enough room here to hopefully get past these fittings here so we can slide the condenser out and out of their way, but it's gonna be tight. I'm hoping we have enough room there. We can undo our lines. All right, there's one. And our other one. So I was fighting way too much with the bottom condenser. I think it might be easier to just remove this LED bar. It's only got 4 10s on the top, and I believe it's only got 2 on the bottom here that we have to remove. And then we can go ahead and access the whole top side of our condenser and not have to worry about fighting this light here. I do need to reach a couple tabs on top that, quite frankly, are in the way with this light. So I think it's easier if I just remove this and try to fight with it. So go ahead and do that now. Go ahead and remove it. Not worried about fighting it. It's got 2 clips on top, 2 harnesses on top. Now we can get to this cover here. Go ahead and remove that. It's got 10 there. And there. So you can just unclip it out of here. There we go. Yeah, easy enough to not be fighting with it. Now we can go ahead and see about pulling our condenser out of here. There's one. There's 2. Ouch. That hurt. There's our condenser. All right, we got our oil condenser out. As you can tell, I don't know if you can tell in the video or not, but it's curved up pretty well, and it's been caught a couple, whatever pushed into the back, enough to bulge the back of the condenser. But yeah, luckily it didn't damage our radiator, or that would have been another expense, but we got lucky there. So replace this condenser now with our brand new one from Hyundai here. This OE replacement. Our brand new one. The install is just the same as removing it. We're just going to reverse our steps. Slide in our new condenser here. And I'm going to try not to be very careful with these lines and the O-rings here, because the new one, unfortunately, did not come with new O-rings. But these are good ones because they're still brand new, less than 7,000 miles. So, all right, guys. So we're just slowly putting everything back together now. Got the top LED bar back in place. We got the lower shutter just bolted in, and going ahead and making more all the connections left. But so far everything's going back together nice and smoothly, running into no problems. Put this back on. All right, guys, now with the bumper back on, we can go ahead and take this to a local shop and get this system recharged full of freon. And I just want to give you guys a heads up before you take it to your local shop that you want to take it to. You want to make sure and call them to make sure they have the right equipment to recharge your system, because these use a brand new type of freon called the 1234 white F, and a lot of shops don't have that machine because it's really expensive. And most of these cars are usually under warranty, so they don't have equipment to even do it anyways. These use the R134, and these older cars used to have the R12. But being that it's new freon, it's also really expensive by the ounce. So you're looking at probably paying a couple $100 just to recharge the system for the freon, and depending on what the labor rate is and what they charge you, you're gonna probably spend another $200-300 in labor. Yeah, it's crazy just to recharge the system. So just a heads up. But yeah, that's all it takes. Hope you guys like, subscribe. We'll see you guys on the next one.